It's one of the most famous clubs in the world. There's more art in here to be seen than anywhere else in Maradona decorated chocolate. Oh, look at this. This place is like a theme park. Oh my gosh, look at that. Asado.
Teeth of the Jungle, your guide to progress.
This is the stadium of Boca in Buenos Aires, one of the most famous clubs in the world. As far as I know, in 2025 they didn't do very well, but to be here, it feels special. It's Christmas time, so probably there is no soccer games going on, but we're gonna check. We're gonna walk up there and ask if they have any tickets. The Bombonera, as they call this stadium. Even the name is so epic. Oh, look at this building, how cool. They decorated it with the club colors. Well, unfortunately, there are no games during that time that we're here in Buenos Aires, so this is as close as I can get to the stadium. Well, I can see inside, but that's all about it. There's more art in here to be seen than anywhere else in Buenos Aires. There's a perfect example behind me. And while I'm walking around in these streets, I will share my taxi experience in Buenos Aires or our Uber experience and how they drive in here. It's actually, like, generally speaking, they're quite calm how they drive, but many of them don't respect the lanes whatsoever. And yeah, sometimes you just want to close your eyes and hope that they're gonna take you to your destination safely. So Boca is obviously the home of the stadium, the Boca Juniors, and you can even get Maradona decorated chocolate in here. This is the main street over here in La Boca. I think it's called Caminito, which is, I think it translates to walk. As you can expect it, it's very lively, especially during the day. Oh, look at this, the Argentinian barbecue out on the street. Oh, too bad that I'm completely full. I would try it for sure. Now listen to this drummer. If you're here and you see him and you stop to listen, then he's gonna come up to you and demand money. That's quite funny. These are the idolized football stars: Maradona, Messi. Oh, this looks like a school hall. There's another barbecue. How good is that? I love it how they decorated all these buildings with bright colors. If you're in Buenos Aires, make sure you check this place out. It's really special. Everywhere you look, there is something to admire. I actually have another video in which I show this place when there is a game. This place becomes mad. It's also worth noting that the dominant colors in here are the club colors, which are blue and yellow. Now that has an interesting story as well. So apparently in 1906, I think it was, they lost a game against a rival club who had the same colors. So they had to rebrand. They had to obviously use different colors for their club. And they decided to use the next ship as an inspiration for their new color scheme. And that ship happened to be a Swedish ship, which obviously had the blue and yellows. Just a little patio. Wow, look at this. Even inside the shopping center, they continued with this bright colored things. This place is like a theme park. Look at this, every building has a really cool art and decoration, and everything is super colorful. The buildings themselves are very old. Oh my gosh, look at that Asado over there. That barbecue. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. So when you come to Boca, you gotta come on a Saturday. You come at lunchtime and there's barbecue every corner. Oh, the Brazilians are putting on the show over here in Boca, Buenos Aires. Well, I assume they're Brazilians. They're wearing Brazilian colors. Outside of the touristic areas, I wouldn't actually encourage any tourists to walk around in here, especially at night. But anyways, there's a very interesting history here, how these buildings became so colorful. So back in the 1800s, this area was heavily populated by Italian shipyard workers and sailors, and they were very poor, so they used whatever they could to construct a dwelling for themselves, and then they painted it with whatever paint they could put their hands on. So that's how this whole area became very colorful. And then what happened is the port was moved to a different location, so this neighborhood became extremely poor. It took an artist in the 50s to revive this area. He looked at the whole suburb as a big canvas, and then he managed to convince the residents to follow his advice, and then that's how they repainted a lot of these buildings. This is the not so touristy part of Boca.
The right path exists even when you can't see it. Teeth of the Jungle, your guide to progress.